Welcome to another video on my monorail constructed with fischertechnik and controlled by Robo interface connected to the BeagleBoard Classic running Ubuntu Linux and programmed in Python. Last time I found out that despite changes in the software, it still has some issues when the carriage is in between the sensors 7 and 8, this one and this one, and 6 and 7, this one and this one. Apart from that, there's also a problem when the cone of the propeller is right in the catch. As soon as I take it away for a few millimeters, then everything starts running. Then there is still an issue that it for some reason in the position where it is now it blocks sensor 7 and all of a sudden it quits running. And last but not least, a problem with speed, because although the speed is then at maximum, for some reason it stops running with motors fully busy, and then it runs to the end of the track or it falls back in speed. And to start with the last thing, and let me roll the carriage a little bit here. What I want to try is to add another set of wheels. One set of wheel was a little bit nasty. Two sets of wheels seems okay, but still questionable. And how do you spread weight? Well, the more wheels you have, the lighter the overall weight, because you spread the weight. So that is exactly what I intend to do. I want to broaden, take it off for a moment. I want to broaden this setup, widen it, and then put an extra set of wheels here. And then see if that resolves a problem with speed. I don't know, but it could be a solution. So for now, let's see if everything runs. And for it to run, I'll need some power. So everything is powered up. No, everything is not powered up. So first, USB connection. Power connection to the controller. Now it is powered up. So time to see if anything or everything works. And to do that, I will use the other camera. Alright, so here is the terminal again, the code again, and this is the on-screen video. So first start it. Well, everything is powered up, so that is nice, and it passes now digital 7 with more or less success. Quite some rocking, as you can see, and yes, then it falls still again. So a little 8, just a little bit of 8, and then it would be very nice if it continued its story. But the motors are not running at full speed. Well, now they are again, and then slowing down. So a little bit of 8. Gaining speed. And the question is, of course, if a third set of wheels will help anyway. But now it's not going forward at all. And now both powering rods, mass and power, are at the second rod, second rail. And still some things in are not entirely what I want. And now it closes to digital 8, so then it should be reversed. But it should get there first, of course, with or without help. Yeah, it's now it falls still while the direction has been reversed. I feel the wind. Alright, so everything's still the same, refusing to work, etc, etc. So I conclude it's time to actually start reconstructing the carriage and put a third wheel in between. See if that does help. Well, yes, again here between 7 and 8. Then at 7. Still nothing has changed. So let's go reconstruct something. I already prepared a third set of wheels, but in order to apply it I have to widen this. So let's see if that is going to work out. And I really have to take very good care of the wires, etc. Oops, that is too far. This may be wide enough, I do hope so. then how will this be applied? My thought was to do it like this. But will it work out? No, because it is exactly reversed. So this set of this one has to be like this. Another chance. Will this work at all? The gap is almost too small, but the question is, of course, if that little connecting piece is strong enough, will this carry the weight? That is a very good question, and all I can do is try. Push it a bit inside. The wheels do turn. Alright, so let's have a go and see whatever the result may be. Why is it hanging out? This actually looked like it went faster, but did it? Well, not here anyway. Still rocking. To be honest, not quite sure what to think of it. It looks nice, but is it really a good result? Not quite sure. So now running again. In the direction of the camera. Faster, going faster and slower and faster and slower. But not really sure what to think. Alright, let's see where it is now. It is now definitely blocking D7. Without a doubt, not D7. But why is it not doing anything? Why does it fall still at all? That's a mystery to me. Nope. Well, from the very beginning, the Python shebang, import robo interface, from robo interface import everything, then from time import sleep. This doesn't really matter, just getting the number of USB devices connected. Instantiating T for robo interface, where this is the original serial number of it, and with this I still enable to use the sonar, which I haven't been using for quite a while now, so it can just as well be left out. Then standard direction status is 1, or initial direction status. Then the making sure that all the devices are all the lamps are on. While true, which means do continue at all times until Ctrl C is interrupted, Ctrl C is pressed. If not digital 6, no. If not digital 7, that's what I want. If not digital 7, then what? If direction status is 1. Well, a print status, okay. To print up commands is of no influence of its behavior. Set motor 2. Right turning speed 7, maximum speed. Sleep for 2 seconds. So as long as D7 is being blocked, it has to keep going for at least 2 seconds, but instead it falls still. Is there any other? No, because this is a positive digital 7, not digital 8. Here it is, everything is yes. The only thing I can think of is when it goes here, but that's not the case as well, because I was thinking about this spot where you see the rods are changing. It becomes another different rod. The same thing happens here. But such is not the case. It hangs still here. Why would that be? Not quite sure, because the ground rod already passed onto this one. So why does it stop? Makes absolutely no sense. Alright, more testing with the 3 wheels. So with the carriage completely at the side of the controller, cone inside the catcher, let's see what happens, if anything at all. Alright, no surprise there. Still wondering why it doesn't run when entirely in the cone. Why would it just hang on here? That is such a mystery. Let me press . Well, it does run, but okay, now fast, gaining speed. This is annoying again. Right, a meeting with Digital 8, returning. Would it have anything to do with the power after all? Although you can't say that now because the propeller is running at full speed. It can't get any faster. And yet now it's running again, blocking Digital 7. So what is blocking it? Wait, I think I might have found something, because right now when I look here is a little bit of a problem, the wiring, but that is just after the newly constructed, newly inserted set of wheels, but also the green connector needs a little bit upright. And maybe a little shift away from the rod, from this rod. Alright, so let's get on again. Yes. Right, what do I notice? Do I notice anything at all except standstill? If I look or wait long enough, what will happen? Is there any change in rods? No, it is exactly in between. The only thing that I can see is here digital 7 is 0. But then again, it says 2 seconds run, and that endlessly repeating as long as the situation is there. I am measuring the wind with my hand, and it says it's going that way into the controller direction, and for the rest nothing happens. So I'm very much unsure of what is going on. Between the last segment and this segment is let's say 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and in that period it hasn't moved at all. The only thing that's moving is one of the little things here. So this one. Alright, now I have accidentally pushed the carriage and it moved a bit. So what's going on further? Nothing on its own. Now if I move this, okay, I noticed something I didn't notice before. I think a very big problem, let me remove it a little bit, okay, it runs slowly, but it does. And then there's obstruction. The obstruction of this side's spring, where the rod of the power rod is, with this middle support. So that, yes, that is a problem. It just glides over it. That is one issue I need to tackle. And as soon as I have replaced these rods with a long one, with a single long one from begin to end, I can remove this support, and that will that will remove an obstruction, of course. Same with this one. And I'm not even sure this one gives such a great obstruction, but I just noticed it. Now any other obstruction, it just hangs in there, moves very, very little. Alright, so first conclusion is that at least in this way of constructing it, the way I constructed the third set of wheels, I can say it is not an improvement. I guess I should reconstruct this and see whatever result it gives next time. For now, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe if you haven't done so. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And if you like what you see, please also visit my website with my other projects and other stuff and links to convention videos and pictures, lots of them. If you like what you see, please consider to make a small donation to keep it going. And like I said, this is going to be continued. Let's see if... Nah, there's hardly any movement in it. There is movement, but not consistent. Still not. Too bad.